Hey guys, welcome back. Orbomb here, bringing you another one of our live deck profiles. Today we're showcasing a really interesting deck I've been playing around testing with, my Gengar Weezing deck. So before we get into the video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, share all the good jazz. Check out our sponsors like Guardian Gaming, and that like button has been really getting along with you. You guys keep that up, see what happens. You know how it is. Answer the comment question of the day being, what's your favorite, I don't know, psychic type card? This deck plays a lot of psychic types, so what's your favorite psychic type card? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's go right into the deck. So we're playing 4 Ghastlies. Ooh, this is a little bit more zoomed in than usual, but that's fine. Once again, no mic, so if the audio sounds weird, I do apologize. We're playing the brand new Ghastly. It only has 40 HP, but has a really strong ability. If this Pokemon gets, let me see if I can avoid the glare. There we go. If this Pokemon gets knocked out during, search your deck for 2 Haunter and put them onto your bench. Discard this card. So it's actually interesting. If it gets knocked out through whatever means, including knocked out on its own, like if you knock it out yourself through like whatever means, like say you're playing Guillotine or something, you can actually search your deck for the two Haunters and put them directly onto your bench. So that's why we're playing 4 of these Ghastlies. It's a decent lead. Plus we want to evolve into as many Gengars as we can. And we're playing not a new Haunter, but the old Haunter. Kind of goes well with the strategy we got going on here. The Pain Amplifier Haunter. Put 2 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon that has any damage counters on it. So yes, we are playing this really fun new variant of spread that I was thinking about trying out. And we got 2 Gengars here, a split of Gengars. We got the old Gnawing Curse Gengar. When your opponent attaches an energy from their hand to one of their Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So I just can't wait till I run into like a Magnezone matchup when I'm playing this Gengar and how funny that would be. Excuse me. Good morning. I bet you can tell by the sound of my voice that I just woke up. But we're playing 2 of those and 2 of the brand new Gengar. It's got this really cool ability, Shadow Pain. When you would play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during this turn, you may put 6 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon, GX, EX Pokemon in any way you like. So it's actually fairly strong. At first I was kind of like, that sounds a little bit underwhelming. But being able to put 6 in any way you like is actually not bad at all. It's got a pretty decent attack and Twilight Poison for 3 DCEs. Your opponent is now poisoned and asleep, so it's a good stalling attack if you need to as well. But that's for the Gengar line. Now let's check out the Weezing line. Now this is a card I might even play a thicker line of because I really like it. We're playing 2 Weezing, whatever, Weezing doesn't matter. I guess this one confuses your opponent and yourself, so meh. But more importantly, you have Weezing here. Weezing has this really strong ability, Detonation Gas. While this Pokemon's your active Pokemon, put 1 damage counter on all your opponent's basic Pokemon between turns. Excuse me. That's really, really, really strong. Being able to put 1 damage counter as long as you stay active, so you can stall your opponent out, pull up some heavy Pokemon that can't really attack, and then chip down your opponent. With all these tag teams in the meta right now, being able to chip them down by a good amount is really, really strong. And then it has a pretty decent attack here. It does 40 damage, and then does 20 damage to each Pokemon that has damage counters on them. So easy enough to make happen. It's like Coco Spread, but you're doing 40 to the active. It's still only a DCE attack, and you like having your Weezing active as well. We're also playing Spell Tag, so if they ever do knock you out, they get punished for knocking you out as well. As you can see, lots of Psychic type Pokemon in this deck, so of course we are playing 2 Marshadow to disrupt our opponent. Let's see if I can move this around right here. That's fine. 1 Ditto, because Ditto can evolve into Weezing and Haunter. And 1 baby Tapu Lele, just to move the damage counters around with Magical Swap. We are playing counter energies in here. I will say I'm not super sure how confident I am in the baby Lele, only because I've been finding myself actually not behind as much as I thought I would be, because the Weezing's ability combined with Spell Tag is incredibly strong. So like I haven't really been able to use it. That was a true sneeze. Ooh. Too dusty, but other than that, like I don't know. Maybe Baby Lele can leave, but there are some decks where they're just gonna take a lot of aggression towards you, and Baby Lele comes into play a lot. Like this deck is really strong versus the likes of Zapdos and stuff, because they will be taking prizes against you, and then you get to be able to spam them with Weezing abilities. And Zapdos will stay a strong deck as a non-GX attacker, so it's pretty cool. That's gonna be it for the Pokemon. Let's go over the items now. We got 4 Ultra Ball. A lot of 4s in this deck. Well, I mean, yeah, pretty good amount of 4s actually. 4 Treasures and 4 Spell Tags. This is probably why I like this deck so much. Between the Gengar spread, the Weezing spread, and the spell tags, and the actual attacking, you rack up so much damage on your opponent's board. Next thing you know, they just, all of a sudden, they lost a bunch of their basic Pokemon. So very, very strong. I like it a lot. We were playing 4 Rescue Stretcher because we actually end up losing Pokemon a lot in this deck. We want to stretcher back our Weezing line. We want to reuse our Haunters and Gengar's abilities, things like that. And then we have 2 Nest Ball, 2 Counter Catcher, and 1 Energy Lotto. Energy Lotto could probably go as well if you want to add some other things. I haven't had too much of an issue drawing energies, but that was whenever I was playing Energy Lotto. So maybe if I remove them, I might have a problem. But I haven't had too much of an issue regardless, because we are playing 10 energies in this deck, but we'll go over that in a second. We got 4 Lilies, or 4 Cynthias and 4 Lilies. That's it for supporters. We're playing the counter catchers. We don't really care about having the Guzma in the deck, so I decided not to play the Guzma. We are playing 2 Shrine of Punishments though, because once again, we're chipping down our opponents. So Shrine of Punishment, Weezing's ability, spell tags, actual attacking, Gengar's ability, we can really chip down our opponent's Pokemon, and next thing you know, they get knocked out. If you're playing against a deck that doesn't play potions or healing of any kind, this is really strong. Now, one thing that's in this deck that I forgot to put in that might be really strong is Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime preventing Acerolas. In fact, I honestly think I'd replace the Energy Lotto for Mr. Mime now that I'm thinking about it, but it's fine. I might put it in for one of the games. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I think I'd replace the Energy Lotto for the Mr. Mime that prevents Acerola, because that ability is just too strong in these kind of decks. And as far as the energies go, very simple. 1 Psychic, 4 DCEs, and 4 counter energies. I lied, I'm only playing 9. I was playing 10, but I had to make cuts for some stuff. But that's gonna be the deck, guys. It's actually really, really, really simple. I'm playing the 1 Psychic because Ghastly attacks are Psychic. I would like to play more energies, so maybe I keep the Energy Lotto. I just have to figure out what I want to drop though. The 4 stretchers is really important because you actually use stretcher throughout the entire game. A lot of Pokemon will be knocked out. Plus you want to reuse Marsh Shadows and stuff like that, and then your opponent will always go for your Weezing, so being able to stretcher the Weezings back is pretty nice. As far as the Pokemon go, I don't want to drop any Pokemon. The only thing I could drop is probably the Baby Lele. I'm not like against that, so I could drop the Baby Lele. And as far as the items go, I really like the 10 Ball Search cards, so I don't want to lose any of that. I like the 4 stretchers, 4 spell tags. The counter catchers, you kind of need them since you're not playing Guzma. So I don't know what else I would drop, honestly. But I definitely think I would play Mr. Mime. I guess I could drop the Lotto. But if I'm playing more energies, maybe it's not super necessary to drop the Lotto. Maybe just drop the Lele for Mr. Mime, probably. That's what I would do. Because I haven't really used the Tapu Lele as much as I would think I would use it, because I'm just, maybe I have to play more matchups, and maybe I'll run into those matchups where I'm really, really behind really early, and then Baby Lele will come into play. But Magical Swap has not been as useful as I thought it would be. But you definitely need the Mr. Mime. Sometimes I just forget. I remember I played this deck for a long time, completely forgetting about Ditto as well. I'm still not used to some of the cards because I don't play them in a lot of my decks, so. Anyways, that's going to be the deck, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I actually really, really like this. Being able to spread as much as you can is incredibly strong. Your matchups are actually not bad across the board. You have access to, if you're playing against, what's it called? Guardy. You can, actually you can't really, actually you can, because Rimbombi only prevents supporters. So you could counter catcher some stuff if it's like, there's a lot of Pokemon on the bench that could be kind of annoying. So you can counter catcher some Pokemon early game against Guardy and let the Weezing damage spread, and then Rimbombi's HP is pretty low as well, so you can knock out the Rimbombis while Weezing spread, with Weezing spread attack as well, as long as you get like that first initial damage or spell tag damage. 260 HP is annoying, but like a lot of the time Guardy can't afford to play Max Potion because they have a lot of energies on themselves, and if you have Mr. Mime down, they can't use Arola. Reshiram Charizard's the same way. They have to use a lot of energies to take consistent knockouts on you. And it's an all basic deck, so you can abuse the Weezing, you can abuse the what's it called? The Gengar, you can abuse Gengar's attacks that puts them to sleep and stuff like that. There's a lot of cards that you can abuse against. What are some other prevalent decks post rotation? Pheromosa Buzzwole is the same way. Although Pheromosa Buzzwole is a little bit more annoying because of the spread attack, but if you can put them to sleep, that could be really nice. But they can't really OHKO you easily either, so like there's a lot of advantageous parts about playing this deck versus a lot of the new strong tag teams. That's the video, guys. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, share, all that good jazz, and I'll see you guys next time with another video. Peace.